Imagine a normal day, a routine pizza delivery, shattered by the chilling click of a metal collar. Now, imagine a bomb, not in some far-off movie, but strapped around a man's neck, forcing him into a real-life scavenger hunt of terror. This isn't fiction. This is the unbelievable true story of the pizza bomber case, a saga so bizarre, so intricate, and so utterly American that it defied every expectation and plunged investigators into a labyrinth of manipulation, murder, and one of the strangest criminal plots in history. Prepare to have your understanding of crime completely redefined. On August 28, 2003, the sleepy city of Erie, Pennsylvania was jolted awake by an event that would soon ripple across national headlines and embed itself in the annals of true crime as one of the most perplexing and disturbing cases of the 21st century. It began, innocently enough, with a pizza delivery driver named Brian Wells. At 46 years old, Wells was an unassuming man, known for his quiet demeanor and his simple life. But on that fateful afternoon, his world and the lives of countless others would be irrevocably twisted into a macabre game of life and death. Wells arrived at a PNC bank branch on Peach Street, not to make a deposit or withdraw cash, but to rob it. What made this bank robbery uniquely terrifying was not Wells's weapon, but the one strapped to his body, a sophisticated, custom-made bomb locked around his neck with a metal collar. He carried a cane that was, in fact, a disguised shotgun. His movements were stiff, his voice trembling, as he handed the teller a handwritten note. This wasn't a typical stick-up. The note wasn't a demand for cash, it was a set of instructions. A chilling scavenger hunt where the prize was his life and the penalty for failure was an unimaginable explosion. The note demanded $250,000 and outlined a series of tasks, a bizarre quest that Wells claimed he was being forced to undertake. He insisted that 3 black men had ambushed him during a delivery, locked the bomb onto him, and given him the instructions. If he didn't follow them precisely, the bomb, which was apparently timed, would detonate. The bank teller, confronted with this horrifying spectacle, quickly complied, providing him with a bag containing approximately $8,702. Wells, visibly distressed, took the money and left, embarking on the next stage of his forced odyssey. As Wells drove away, the authorities were already alerted. Police officers responding to the bank robbery call soon located his vehicle and apprehended him. What followed was a scene of unimaginable tension and horror. Wells sat on the asphalt, surrounded by armed officers, desperately trying to explain his predicament. He gestured to the heavy metal device clamped around his neck, pleading for help, reiterating that he was an unwilling participant, a pawn in someone else's deadly game. The officers were in an impossible situation. Was the bomb real? Was Wells a victim or a willing participant trying to create an elaborate alibi? The device itself looked menacingly authentic, an intricate tangle of wires, timers, and what appeared to be explosive components. Bomb squads were called, but time was ticking away. The instructions Wells had been given included a specific deadline. As the minutes bled into seconds, the air thickened with dread. Then, with a deafening roar, the device exploded. Brian Wells was killed instantly, his body mangled by the blast, leaving a horrific scene that would forever haunt the first responders and investigators. The terrifying reality of the situation sunk in. This was no hoax. A man had just died in a public spectacle of violence, a victim of a crime far more complex than a simple bank robbery. The pizza bomber case had officially begun, and it would quickly spiral into one of the most baffling and disturbing criminal investigations in American history. The immediate aftermath was chaos. The FBI was called in, launching a massive multi-agency investigation. Their initial focus was on identifying the mysterious individuals Wells claimed had forced him into the robbery. Who were these black men? Where was the initial ambush site? The investigation quickly led them to a secluded spot where Wells' delivery car was found, along with traces of a struggle. This seemed to corroborate Wells' story. But as the layers began to peel back, the narrative grew darker and more convoluted. One of the first critical pieces of the puzzle emerged when investigators meticulously examined the bomb device.
It was an ingeniously crafted, sophisticated contraption, designed not just to kill, but to instill terror and confusion. Its construction pointed to a perpetrator with a high degree of technical knowledge and a chilling capacity for cruelty. This wasn't the work of a random street criminal. This was meticulously planned. As the FBI delved deeper, they unearthed a disturbing connection: Brian Wells himself. While initially appearing to be a pure victim, inconsistencies in his story and his background began to surface. Wells was not entirely the innocent bystander he seemed. He knew people, had connections, and his life, while outwardly simple, had its own hidden complexities. The true breakthrough came with the discovery of a bizarre, almost unbelievable cast of characters inhabiting the fringes of eerie society. At the center of this web was a woman named Marjorie Deal Armstrong. Deal Armstrong was, by all accounts, an eccentric and highly intelligent woman, but also deeply troubled. She suffered from mental illness, had a history of violence, and was known for her manipulative nature. She was also entangled in a series of strange relationships and criminal enterprises, including a prior murder charge for which she had been acquitted. Deal Armstrong became a person of intense interest when investigators discovered she had a relationship with Wells. Furthermore, she was involved with another key figure in the plot, Kenneth Barnes, a troubled man with a criminal record who was also connected to Deal Armstrong. The emerging picture was not a simple kidnapping, but a meticulously orchestrated conspiracy, a dark alliance of individuals with shared secrets and twisted motivations. The true horror of the plot unfolded as investigators connected the dots. It appeared that Deal Armstrong was the mastermind behind the bomb plot. Her motive was complex, rooted in a desire to access a large inheritance from her recently deceased father, money she believed was hidden and inaccessible. She believed that a large sum of money needed to be acquired to pay Barnes to murder her ex-boyfriend, James Roden, whose body was later found in a freezer at Deal Armstrong's home, leading to Barnes's arrest. The bank robbery, therefore, was not the primary goal, but a means to an end, a diversion, or perhaps even a twisted way to finance another crime. The plan was for Wells to rob the bank, follow the scavenger hunt, and retrieve additional clues that would lead him to the real bomb key. The instructions were designed to string him along, leading him on a wild goose chase that would eventually culminate in his capture or, more sinisterly, his death. The bomb, it became clear, was always intended to kill him. It was a kill device, not a deterrent. As the investigation progressed, more disturbing details emerged. It was revealed that the bomb was constructed in a remote cabin by Deal Armstrong and Barnes, with the unwitting or coerced assistance of others. The plot was elaborate, involving multiple layers of deception, red herrings, and carefully placed clues, all designed to throw off investigators and create a false narrative of Wells as a pure victim. The scavenger hunt itself was a macabre masterpiece of psychological torment. Each clue was carefully crafted, leading Wells from one location to another, all while the clock ticked down on the bomb around his neck. The instructions were detailed, specific, and seemingly impossible to complete within the given time frame, suggesting that his survival was never truly an option. The final instruction, which he never reached, would have revealed that the last key to the bomb was in his pocket all along, a final, cruel twist of fate designed to mock his futile struggle. The case gained significant national attention, not just for its inherent brutality, but for its sheer bizarre nature. The image of a pizza delivery man forced to rob a bank with a bomb strapped to his neck was a horrifying and indelible picture that captivated the public imagination. It raised fundamental questions about human cruelty, manipulation, and the darker corners of the human psyche. Eventually, after years of painstaking investigation, arrests were made. Marjorie Deal Armstrong was eventually charged and convicted for her role in orchestrating the bomb plot. Kenneth Barnes also faced charges and was convicted. Another accomplice, William Rothstein, who was involved in hiding Roden's body and was aware of the bomb plot, also became a key figure, though he died of cancer before he could be brought to justice.
The trial of Marjorie Deal Armstrong was a theatrical and often disturbing affair. She maintained her innocence, often giving rambling, contradictory testimonies that painted a picture of a woman struggling with profound mental health issues, yet capable of immense cunning and malice. Her convictions solidified her role as the mastermind, a woman who wielded terror and manipulation with chilling effectiveness. The pizza bomber case stands as a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of crime and the capacity for evil that can lurk beneath the surface of seemingly ordinary lives. It exposed a hidden world of deceit, desperation, and violence in the quiet corners of America. It inspired books, documentaries, and endless speculation, captivating true crime enthusiasts for years. This was not a simple motive, nor a simple villain. It was a complex tapestry of greed, manipulation, mental illness, and a chilling disregard for human life. The story of Brian Wells, the pizza delivery man caught in a real-life horror movie, remains one of the most astonishing and disturbing chapters in American criminal history, a testament to the fact that sometimes truth is far stranger and far more terrifying than fiction. It forces us to confront the darkest aspects of human nature and the incredible lengths some will go to achieve their twisted desires. The echoes of that explosion in Erie, Pennsylvania continue to resonate, a chilling reminder of a crime that defied logic and truly shocked the nation. If you're fascinated by the unbelievable twists and turns of real American crimes that defy logic, be sure to subscribe to American Mystery Vault for more compelling stories.